distance. Avoiding is my newest obsession. Started with the right intentions, but left them on the shelf. So tell me how to live in tension, 'cause every could have been kills when living here has been hell, and I can't hold it myself. The whisper in my heart, it can never speak up. The message in my chest gathered too much dust. I can't avoid the truth, even if it's unjust. Keep it top shelf, keep it all locked up. So yippee-ki-yay, it's not my blood, but every single day it calls my bluff. It's not okay, and it ain't quite done, and it ain't quite done, no. Time's all we're trying to fix what's wrong. Time's all we're trying to fix what's wrong. Looking through a haze I'm facing, everything around me on chases. The criminal I've been chasing is wearing my shoes. Now the whisper in my heart, it can never speak up. The message in my chest gathered too much dust. I can't avoid the truth, even if it's unjust. Keep it top shelf, keep it all locked up. So yippee-ki-yay, it's not my blood, but every single day it calls my bluff. It's not okay, and it ain't quite done, and it ain't quite done, no. Oh my God, it ain't quite right. Oh, and it ain't quite done. Oh, and it ain't quite done. Oh my God, it ain't quite right. Oh, and it ain't quite love. Oh, and it ain't quite done. The time's always right to fix what's wrong. 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 I've been living on the road, made a buck of my soul. I've been singing stories to the crowd. It's been a while since I've been home. I think about you every night, wonder what it would have been like if I stuck around and settled down, maybe in another life. So if I fly too far, will I still have a place inside your heart? And when you see what I've become, will you love me for who I am, not who I was? You keep me steady on the ground when my head's lost in the clouds. That spotlight, though it shines bright, could never drown you out. I know it's hard when I'm away, I just hope you don't lose faith. 'Cause I told the truth when I said to you that I'll be back someday. So if I fly too far, will I still have a place inside your heart? And when you see what I've become, will you love me for who I am, not who I was?
Hey everybody. Chat, I am making lunch real quick. How we all doing today? What's up? How many carbs are in noodles? Should we really be eating a side of bread with pasta? Yes. It's delicious. How's everybody doing? What up? How y'all? Sorry for the late start today. I've been in meetings all day. I got all meetings all day tomorrow too. Seekup, good to see you. What's up, B-Dogs? Appreciate the follow, man. How you doing? What's up, Versh? Samuel, if K-Corp was in the major, I would have had them winning the whole thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's been competitive. Second option is probably Falcons G2. I think those are good picks too. Would have followed before saw you in Counter stream last night. Thought there was no way. Yeah, small world, dude. But I had BDS. They're looking very in form right now. Yeah, BDS looks good. NA for the win. We'll see, man. We'll see. I want the Oxygen Cinderella run, but I think K-Corp is going. Probably, but we'll see. See BDS losing in semis against Falcons or G2. That'd actually be hype as shit. Vitality losing in semis too. Man, who's going to the grand finals then for you guys? We need to get him on RL one night. Yeah, maybe. Potentially. No, he's on the Apex grind. One Vitality versus G2 in Worlds because I want that NA versus U moment. I mean, we got that in the semifinals last time and it was really good. What's up, Archangel? Good to see you. What's up, Camelot? Just watching the French Open. Nice. How was it? What's up, Overton? Welcome back. Good to have you. Defending world champs versus G2. Pretty hype. What's up, Haiku? Weird Duck, how you doing? But for Falcons, would it be dope? Can't wait for Common to win his first major. That would be actually insane if OG won the whole thing. Cheering for the Oxygen run. Yeah, I think there's a lot of cool narratives that we could have at the end of the season. I think there's a lot of good teams, a lot of good competition to be had, for sure.
It is ooh la la Lawler.
I really want G2 to take one home for now. Either in Major 2 or Worlds. Have a great stream.
Nico, appreciate the 2-month resub. Really want G2 to take one home for NA. NA's only hope is what it feels like, dude. Have a great stream. Appreciate it, man. Hopefully we see you sticking around and stuff, but if not, understand. What's up, Breas? Finally would watch some. They play in the middle of the night. Okay, I'm just fire right now. Nice. What's for lunch today? I've got a chicken chili that I'm heating up right now. Let me go check on that, chat. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Let me go check on food. Also, let me pull up this bad boy for you guys to look at. So what we're gonna be doing today is our power rankings. Let me see if I can reduce. I'll be right back, chat.
Last night I broke the mold and told a friend the truth that I've got one foot out and I've called it bad and I colored it blue, but it's a beautiful life to be in your hands. One step out of the light, under your command. I'm in a modern world, sure you're living there. I got my own foot out, when I do my modern dance, I am in your
Last night I finally slept next to somebody true. She's worthy of your faith. I felt you in her hands. I saw you when she moved. God, it's a beautiful life to live for somebody gone. One step out of the fight, one dream into the song. I'm in a modern world, should you live a day? I got my one foot out. When I do my modern dance, and it's a beautiful life to hold your way to this goal. To know you already know every choice I chose. I am in your head, bigger than a God you can know, bigger than the word of faith, carved in a stone.
All right, sorry about that, chat. Sorry about that. Dang dog. Sorry, Brass. It's always something we have to take into account when we're doing top 25s. Also, for anybody who's chatting or asking about lunch, is a turkey chili with zucchini. Try to keep it healthy, always. Yeah. All right. Not much karma. How you doing, man? Finally we'll launch some. We already read that. Some roster changes are just to have in the title for convenience. What do you mean roster changes? I don't have anything roster change in the title. We've got power rankings and RLCS rosters, which is the document that I'm on. Beyonce's been on it for about 2 months. A simple calorie count. It makes a huge difference, man. What's up, Beep? What chances Power can make top 8? Very unlikely. I think they usually get to the 2-2 round and then fail, but yeah, it's almost always there, Briz, because it's the command we use. Yeah, I think it again, like you said, Samuel. Who they play in the bracket is everything, right? All right, let's pull our 16 teams, kind of the results of everything, and kind of generally formulate this, and then we'll put it into competitive terms. So, Major 2, we've got 16 teams. ES, Vitality, Mates Alpine, Oxygen. Yo, what's up, Gildamer? Yeah, it's been a bit. How you been, man? G2, Gen G, Space Station, OG, Power, Chiefs, Furia, Team Secret, Team Falcons, Twisted Minds, and Mobula. Okay, so is Gary, by the way? Yeah, Gary Bear. Hey, Ben, man. I'm gonna switch to Twitch. Sounds good, Samuel. How you remember me? How would I know, man? I assume by Gary you mean like Neil's brother Gary, right? I saw Neil a couple weeks ago. He came into town. Neil, John, and Ray came up and visited for a weekend a couple weeks back. Welcome back, Ajax. All right, so out of these 16 teams, let's reduce this down to 10 or 11. Was that Mario Kart weekend? Yeah. Yeah, I mentioned that you moved. Yeah, I'm in the Twin Cities now. How's the wife and kids? What's up, Vows? Divorced? What? When the fuck did that happen? All right, so chat, we got to reduce these down. What are some teams you don't see making top 8 last year? Damn, condolences, man. That sucks. I don't think Mobula's going to do it. I don't think Gladiators are going to do it. I don't think Chiefs are going to do it. Then we go from there. Last year she asked for it. Damn, dude. Sorry to hear that, man. B, I'm not saying that you in particular are weird. It's just I can tell that English isn't your first language. So some of the questions you ask or the way that you do conversation doesn't make sense. And there's nothing wrong with that. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you hanging out. It is. English is your first language. What? I mean, being 14 seat, saying Mobula is their 14th seat is generous, in my opinion. I don't think that team qualifies top 16. They would have to beat the likes of like. Yes, but I'm dumb. All right, B. B, how old are you? This chili's I made this chili a lot spicier than I thought I was going to. Why? Out of curiosity. Because if you're like 13 or something, I'm like, all right, I get it. But all right, so Daniel, I think the reality is making top 8 is gonna be tough, and getting out of top 8 is gonna be very, very complicated. So chat, when we think about these kind of results and stuff, you have to not only take into an account how the team is performing currently, but when they play on land, they're going to look a little bit differently. There's going to be a little bit more complication, right? There's more factors that go into playing at Worlds. Like Gen G to me hasn't been playing that great, but I think they'll play better on land. That's the other part of the conversation, Dakota. Power finally had a perfect split, but does that matter when the competition they're against is poop? You know, strength of schedule, etc. Hey, Mom. So, I put Genji over G2 for LAN. I don't know if I can do that. I mean, G2's worst placement throughout the entire history of the season is second. And that's including international events. Like, the reason why I rate G2 as highly as I do right now, look at every other team. K-Corp, Vitality, Mates, BDS. Like, all of the other teams in the major regions have shown faults. G2 is not. So, yeah, I think G2 at a minimum is top 3. I agree with that. Because how can you not justify that? Like, they're the most consistent team. I don't think I put them at number 1 because I do think EU teams are better, but it's then deciding who is better than them and being able to justify that conversation. That's where it becomes difficult, right? So, I think you can make arguments for Falcons. Like, you can either do this or this. Right? So, teach their own based on how you want to do it. I objectively can't put Falcons at number 1. I would probably do this. Because I think G2 is arguably playing tougher competition. Like, you've got Twisted, and then you have whatever the other team apparently or whatever the hell their name is. But like, I think there is more competition in NA than there is in MENA. And while Falcons has dominated and looks very, very good, I don't think you can justifiably say like, hey, strength of schedule. Also, G2 in international competition has proven even in the tough matches they find ways to win, right? And it took Daniel Masterclass and Beast Mode stepping up, but I think the difficulty for these next teams, which are like these guys, I kind of want to do this. The issue I have is I don't know how to do the in-between between these. Like, between Oxygen and Gelmates, I think both teams look better on LAN. I think both Oxygen and Gentlemates are going to look better on land. I think Gentlemates plays a really, really tough game. And arguably, I want to do this, actually. But then it's like, where do you put Vitality, right? And do I think all three of these teams are better than Space Station Gen G right now? And I would argue, yeah, I do. You know, I would put probably Gen G, then Space Station. And then you're looking at... They're done, they're done, they're done, they're done. Where do you put Furia? Where do you put OG? Where do you put Power? So do you put Furia and then OG? Or do I go like this? Right? Like, when you look at Major 1 results, Furia was pretty convincing. They beat LG, which, so be it. And they took down these two. Who did Furia lose to again? They lost to a Vitality. So, like, I would like to hope Furia continues to be a top 8. Should OG even be in the list? I mean, that's part of the conversation too. I think OG is a lot better than what they looked like. So then do you do Twisted Minds here instead? Do you do a Power? Do you do, you know, like this isn't easy. I feel Power is better than Secret. I think Secret's better than Power. I objectively think that OC is the 4th best region. Like, if I'm a betting person and I see OG, Power, Secret playing, I lean towards OG and Secret. Potentially even Secret. And that's why I would have this, right? Is Secret better than Complexity? I think so at times. Complexity beat a pretty weak LG and they beat Kansas City Pioneers. And they took 1 game off of Vitality and 1 game off of Gen G. A struggling Gen G, by the way. Appreciate Weird Dog. Thanks for hanging, man. So, like, I struggle with these 3 and where to put them. I would like to do this. I'll have a really hard time with this. Hey, grats, Orange. That's dope, dude. Welcome to stream, man. Good to have you. OG beat SSG and Gen G. Gen G's looked like shit this split. Space Station's had its up and downs, but I think Space Station, yeah. You're taking regional events versus online play. Like, you guys have to take into account how teams are going to look like on LAN. And I do think OG is trending in a positive direction for sure. But on LAN, how are they going to look? Oh, man. Oxygen 7 because of Archie. Oxygen on land with Archie is going to look better. If Archie on LAN is always better than offline or online. When he's on LAN, Archie looks significantly better. Like Vals, you're actually making an argument the opposite. I think both these teams could be swapped. On LAN, I think both Oxygen, Mace, Genji all get better. Yeah, Seek, if I have that same question, like, I would love to move Fury up, but, like, who do they beat out, you know? I think both Oxygen and Gentlemates are on LAN are going to look really, really good. Personally. I haven't seen Archie on LAN. You can look at the last time Archie played on LAN, and, like, they always look better. Always. I would drop OG because I don't have the confidence of them performing, and put in who, like Twisted Minds. Appreciate it, Beat. JNAPS is more experienced than SSG. Top 2 world before and top 8 world for a long time. It's one player is not enough for me to change my opinion on that. Like, I think OG would have performed a lot better at Major 1 if Nolly had a better result. I mean, Power consistently goes to the 2-2 round. I would like to see G2 not go to the round 5 again this time. I don't get how people have Falcons over G2. Delusion, bias, I don't know. Like, I think top 3, the conversation becomes who do you put in there for EU, and all have their arguments. BDS is the most recent consistent. Like, man, they haven't had a bad split either, man. BDS had a slow start and then has won back-to-back events. Vitality started really strong and has got progressively worse. Mates has started strong, got progressively worse. Oxygen started okay, got better, then got worse. So, like, I'm okay with this assessment for now. IMO G2 should be 1 as they haven't missed a grand finals yet. My counter to that is I think EU competition is better. Like, look at the faltering of NA's top teams. And I go, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of parallels between both regions. G2's been dominant. Genji started hot and then has made top 8. Space Station started. Space Station, I think, has parallels to Mates. 16, 12, 8. No. Space Station and Oxygen have the exact same results. Top 4, top 2, top 8. I think Oxygen is a good spot at 5. Me too. I think Oxygen has a lot of potential. I think on LAN, they're going to look better. I think Mates, I still keep higher because I do think, while yes, they've been a little bit iffy as of late, I think on LAN, their playstyle really, really benefits. Genji, I have higher because I do think on LAN, they'll look better as well. And again, these are... Again, it is based upon a qualifier, heading into Major 2, how I feel they will perform at the event. Right? Team Secret is my honorable mention because I just don't think they're getting any credit. I've had Power as an honorable mention in the past as well. They usually go to the 2-2 round, but I have more faith in Team Secret winning a tough Game 5 than I do Power. Where does Swiss M80 land on this list? I don't think M80 makes it out of Swiss with this list. Probably like 1 and 3. I think OG are too underrated. I believe they're number 3 team in NA. I don't. They've got moments for sure, but I think a solidified 3-4 is more than fair. I think Secret is better than OG. We don't know. That's the issue. We don't know. I have objective evidence as to why this is the case and why this is that way. You know. Fanta, appreciate the follow, by the way, man. Are we doing the players also? Probably not. Yeah, what up, Darwin? How you doing, brother? Chat, if we were to submit this list, how do you feel? If this was a top 20 list, how do we feel about it? It's funny how K-Corp was ranked number 1 just a month ago. No, they aren't even top 10. I mean, Krupp, the only reason I don't have K-Corp in here is because they are not going to the major. I would love to incorporate K-Corp, but they're not attending. This is basically like me doing like way too soon predictions for the major. Vitality over Falcons. I think there's an argument for both. I think that is very fair. I think you can make arguments for that. Yeah, I think KC would probably be somewhere in this area. I would probably bump down... I'd probably bump down OG and put KC in there somewhere. You could move Fury up ahead of Gen G. I actually don't mind that. That could be a... I wouldn't mind that. You know what? I believe in you. I'm actually gonna... I believe in that. I think that's a good... I think you can make that conversation. I would have Twisted or Power over Secret. The only reason Diamond is... It is an honorable mention. I just want to give them love and attention. Because I don't think anybody is going to give Team Secret the time of day, and I would like to give them a nod. I agree Gen G's been kind of iffy lately, but on LAN I think they will look better and they will find a way to go in. I think the reason why I'm okay with bumping these is Furia did look pretty convincing last time they played, while Gen G had a little bit of struggle to make it in. So I think this is... I think that's a fair assessment. I'm okay with that. I do like that adjustment. But I don't think this is too bad. I think, again, the difficulty is like these three you could, I think, interchange. That comes down to gut feeling. I think you can make arguments for bumping one or two up or down in any given, like maybe Vitality above Falcons or so on and so forth. Sure, maybe you trust in the history and you go mates over at Oxygen or so on, but I think Oxygen has shown they have a hot hand, and I think them on LAN is going to unlock more potential. I'm going to trust in the really heavy offensive firepower on LAN over a team that, while I think Mates has a really good playstyle, people are now kind of associated to what is going to do it and how Mates are going to approach. Furia's offense, I think, looks really, really good out of the gate, but do I think they're going to outperform people and make top 4, top 2? Probably not. Gen G's been struggling lately. I do think they'll perform better on LAN, which is why I still have them making top 8. And then Space Station, OG, Secret, and stuff. They go 2-2 round. They'll probably play, you know, in a match that allows them to potentially promote in or go under. So, I think there's arguments for each. But you could swap 1 through 3 and no one would say anything too rash. Depends on who you are. If you ask you people putting G2 number 1, but I would just argue, be like, dude, they've been top 2 literally everything. Dash, I think you're right. Major 1, let's see. They beat Furia, or no, they lost to Furia, they lost to K-Corp, they beat Complexity. And then in quarterfinals, they lost to, I mean, they went to 7 against Mates. Oxygen's good, but Furia's better. I mean, I think Furia's incredible on offense, but their defense still lacks a lot. They still overcommit pretty heavy. I'll take BDS crash like last time and don't make top 8. I mean, they made top 8 at Major 1. They lost to G2 in the quarterfinals. Did not look good on LAN. Yeah, I don't know if that was just a mixture of nerves. Like, I'm expecting Drawley to perform better. Like, I think Drawley played pretty damn well at LAN for his first experience, but I think, again, them coming in, like, my issue with BDS tends to be, like, yo, if Monkey Moon starts to slouch or he lets out that sigh, bad things could happen. Again, I think no team is perfect, right, chat? And hopefully you see all those imperfections kind of equalize everybody. BDS over G2 because NA's been consistent. BDS over G2 because I have my belief is that EU is better than NA, and BDS has had 2 back-to-back wins and trending in a really good direction over what is arguably stronger competition. G2, although more consistent. What is this knock thing that just happened? KC greater than OG? Well, KC's not going to the major, so sug it. This is only for teams going to the major, by the way, chat. KC, I would put somewhere in this area and then bump out probably OG. Oh, yeah, 100%. I think Gen G has a lot of potential, but based upon power rankings, I have to kind of go with it right now. It's just weird to see G2 at second always when the EU top spots keep switching. But that's the point, though, Josh, right? Is G2 may be really, really good and in the fight, but if they ain't winning, I can't put them at 1, G2 Falcons final would be very hype. And then KC would actually KC would have qualified then. Seacup, sorry, bro. Yeah, I mean, Seacup, you saw me predict them pretty heavily in quals 2 and 3. And I'm glad they lived up to the expectation, but yeah. They tend to do better when they're under the radar. Overtime probably won't happen. Shinji slipped on Lion last time, but I think top 4 was... I mean, we'll see, man. Again, people got to remember... We were 1 goal a game from a very different top 4. A very different top 2, right? Say Gen G wins over Mates, then what the fuck happens for the rest? Does K-Corp beat Gen G and then they go on to play? Like, again, we don't know. We have no idea. I think once you get top 8, all bets are off, chat, and it just becomes super competitive. Top 8, I think, is so close, and getting there is how you feeling on the day. And I hope we get more of that. I miss double limb. I hate double limb. I don't. Double limb sucks ass. Good, Luke. How you doing, man? Love to see a no EU top 4. That would be bonkers. How is BDS over G2? Are you mad? BDS plays in a stronger region, has back-to-back regional wins. That's my argument for it. If G2 continues to keep losing to the top dogs, like... Too easy. You're using an argument that doesn't matter. And I mean that in the nicest way, but you're making an argument about competition 3 months ago. Who cares? Like, yeah, it's good to talk head-to-heads where they won in a quarterfinal, but like... Another 2-3 months of play with extra experience for some of these players. Like, I'm gonna trust in EU continuing to shit on NA, which they have historically for 8 years, and the refinement process they go through over NA. That's just my opinion. I do think G2, very well respected team, most consistent team in NA and in the world right now. But 9.8 list. Thanks, Ditch. Appreciate it, brother. I also love that some people interpret G2 as anything lower than the one seed as Flame, or you think they're bad. Yeah. Heaven forbid I consider you the second best team in the world. How dare I? How dare I say the one thing that escapes you is victory? Which is objectively true. First killer greater than Daniel? I disagree. Until first killer learns to play unselfish properly. You'll see what Daniel, Atomic, and BMO, best player in the world, will do to BDS again. I think statistically speaking, there's a very good likelihood that they don't even play each other in this tournament. If things go the way I think they will, the only way they play each other is in the grand finals. But realistically, they'll probably play each other in round 3. And last time round 3 happened, G2 struggled heavily. They went in 3-2 in quarters. I mean, it's just difficult, Dakota. I think it's tendencies and habits, right? You got to break a lot of really long habits that he's built for years. Which is probably why they're struggling as much as they are. He doesn't feel involved. He doesn't feel impactful. Can ruin someone's confidence. Yeah, BMO's good. A lot of love for BMO. Good kid. They need to change their RLCS format next year and have at least a wild card in finals. I would love a wild card. If you guys haven't seen my video on it, go check out my YouTube. I did a video on what I think is a optimal RLCS format. Obviously easier said than done due to like finances. But check out this video. The best format for a Rocket League. Check it out. Would recommend. Where's Gentlemates, by the way? I think Gentlemates has been struggling a little bit, but my argument is Oxygen on LAN, I think we'll see an increase. People may not be as caught off by their really good challenge game. I do think Gentlemates is going to perform well on LAN as well. I have a really hard time ranking these three, if I'm being honest. I think you make arguments for all three of these being 4, 5, 6 in different spots. Oxygen's hot hand. People aren't going to know how they're performing on LAN. Vitality, former world champs, find ways to do it. You know, they're one game away from going to grand finals. Zen is him. Gentlemates, to me, has the best 50-50 game in the world with Itachi. You know, they can definitely create challenges and make some really good opportunities and play that one-goal game. Historically, I can't trust a team right now to do what they did again, which is win one-goal games that consistently. Especially when teams are now familiarized with it. SSG versus Oxygen would be a great series. I think any international competition is great. I think you can take any conversation over ton, and I know that sounds generic, but literally take any of the top 4 NA and top 4 EU and have them play each other, and I'm excited. Give me OG Vitality. Vitality should win, but OG may play it close, just like LG did in round 5. Give me Space Station versus Oxygen. Hype as shit. Space Station versus Mates. Also fantastic. I don't know who's going to fucking win that shit. I'm excited, though. Zen v Daniel was a great series. Yeah, Zen basically 1v2 G2 and, like, powered his way through goals and almost got away with it. But then Daniel had a masterclass result. Daniel looked so fucking good. All right. All right, chat. I think we're going to record a video for this, for the YouTube. Oh, 100% Dashi. I think he looks very locked in on defense. Luminosity was in lane. Do you think they go top 10? Depends on what their matchups are. Yeah. I think there's arguments. I don't think anybody or any one person in chat is particularly wrong, except for the weirdos who are like, saying that certain teams should be like number one when they clearly aren't, and their bias is shown. But major team logo tier list, who gives a shit about aesthetics? That's like being the girlfriend that's like, I like that team because of their jerseys. That's my favorite. I'm not doing that shit, you know? And if you want to do that, by no means is that an insult. Go crazy. If you want to say who you like the most based upon the way they look, do it up. You just lost a viewer? Why is that? If anybody wants to organize who they think is going to win based upon the way logos look, do it. But the amount of times that I've seen that on the subreddit of some guy being like, I asked my girlfriend based upon what they look like visually, who wins, and they picked, I think, Limitless to win. I think is what it was. I think they're like, yeah, I like Limitless logo the most. That's who wins. I'm like, nice. Luna Galaxy in a wildcard would be interesting. Shopify in a wildcard would be interesting. You know, those teams that are getting hit hot right at the tail end. That's why I like wildcards. You just never know. Y'all watch Counter-Strike? Yeah, I watched IEM. It was dope. Game 5 with G2. Shit was sick. Honestly, is the GOAT. Boys got killer mental and just cracked with that op. And for these reasons, I'm out. What's up, Near? How you doing, man? All right. Let's do a little recordy boy here real quick, and then we can go back to open-ended conversation and just kind of chill. I do want to watch some replays today, so I think I had like 4 OT best game all year. Dude, it was insane. Those matches were so fun to watch. Personal top 2 is M80 and Swiss and Luna Galaxy with nothing to gain. Fair enough. Just playing spoily boy. I think a lot of it is just a chronic finally playing for something. But all right, chat, let's record a video. Here we go. Once we get to the 4-4, right after this one. No. Hey, how's it going, YouTube? We've got some fun and exciting power rankings for you all today, headed into Major 2 in London. It's the 3-time 3.0 London coming at you in just a couple weeks. We are going to be ranking the teams that are in attendance. Unfortunately for K-Corp, you are not on this list, but we've done this in the past, if you guys haven't seen these, where we look at, hey, power rankings pre-Major 1, who we thought was going to go and perform. Then we did a post-qual 4 and kind of talked about the end results. Again, if you guys want to see this document, it is linked in the description down below. But we've got our top 10 teams and an honorable mention going into the Major. We'll see how correct we are on these. Usually we're okay, but I actually had a really tough time on this one. I think it was really difficult to determine who I think is going to end up where, and you can make arguments for a lot of different swapping. Chat did help and gave their opinion on some of these, so we saw a little bit of shifting from them as well. So shout outs to you guys in chat. But if you guys want to join on these, twitch.tv/Lawler, or we stream live on YouTube now. Pop on by when you see the notification. So with that in mind, first things first, we're going to start with our honorable mention. And while I do think other teams probably will perform better, I have them as the honorable mention because I don't think they're getting enough credit. Team Secret and Complexity were obviously the conversation pieces of who is going to make it. And Team Secret came out. I think this team on land, we've seen in the past, go to Game 7 bangers in quarterfinals and compete for top 4 performances before. I think KV1 is such a good player and does not get enough credit. He is easily one of the best mechanical players, I think, in South America. Outside of like Astromic, who gets the attention as like the #1 KBM player, period. I think Team Secret, I have them as an honorable mention, not because of performance reasons and stuff, but simply because they could play big upset. Like, this is a team don't take lightly. Their defense will surprise you. They will hit you with counterattacks, and their offense is a lot better than people think. As long as they don't play crazy boom ball like they tend to, or constantly go for a air dribble from the backfield every single time, they should be okay. Because a lot of teams are going to see them do that and be like, yeah, go ahead. We'll just challenge you and then we'll win possession. But Team Secret, a team that I think could play upset. Do I think they're going to make top 8? Probably not, but I think they'll be in conversation just like a Power. Like Power Congrats to them. They finally went perfect in their split. They won every single event. Power notoriously though goes to the 2-2 round and loses. So I do think from my, like, I've actually sat and done actual replay analysis, and OCE plays like dog water. Like, OCE does not play well. I am not convinced. I hope they're just trolling in those scrim matches, but it is bad. With that intact, I will say Power will find a way to go to the 2-2 round. They always do. And then they fail the clutch. They either have a tough matchup. I think last time they played like G2, as G2 was struggling, but I just can't pick OCE top 8. I can't do it. It hasn't happened in a really long time. At number 10, this one I kind of went back and forth on between them and Twisted Minds. A little bit of a spoily boy there. But I'm going with OG. I think OG has built some concessions for themselves. I think obviously they had a really rough start in Qualifier 1 and have since then started to build. Realistically, the only reason I think they performed as poorly as they did, and a lot of it comes on their captain in Nolly. I think Nolly really, really underperformed in Major 1. I think he had a really tough performance, and I don't foresee that happening again. I would like to see his level of play come back and be a little bit more confident. Calm, I think, has really developed into a fantastic young pro and has really been assertive in his playstyle. And JNaps, to me, doesn't make mistakes. I can't think actively about JNaps in a situation where I blame him for a play throughout his entire career. Like, JNaps is that guy. So the difficulty is, I think their peaks and when they hit their ceiling, they can be super competitive. But against the top dogs, I still don't have them winning, just because I think they get out mechanicked. Like, a peaking OG, I don't think beats G2 on a okay day. And I don't think that's anything against them. I think G2 just has that much talent. So I do like OG. I do expect them to probably go to the 2-2 round and then try to qualify through round 5. Depending on who that matchup is going to be is kind of tough. But I do think OG Esports is a little bit better than some people want to give them credit for. At number 9, this one is where they get a little bit difficult. We have Space Station Gaming. I took into account with some of these power rankings the thought process of what goes into being successful and how these results are likely going to play out. And again, these are purely my opinion, but I think that Space Station as a team will still do well, but based upon like the LAN buff and teams who lock in, because like, let's call it what it is. LAN sees some regressions. You're in a different environment with not as ideal conditions. You're on an unfamiliar setup. There's pressure, everything like that. A lot of teams will regress in their play. A lot of teams will take a little bit of a step back. And while Space Station, I like a lot of things they're doing, I still see them getting a bit overwhelmed. I love watching, and I gave a lot of credit to Hawkster in their last event, where it's like, even though you guys went out in quarterfinals, you were break checking, you were giving your team space, you were willing them to go and find those victories. But even still, it's not enough. So unless LJ has like a world-class performance, Space Station to me, still heavily capable of making a top 8, and I don't doubt them for being able to do so. But I think there's a lot of really good talent ahead of them. We will see, but it's going to take Space Station to knock out, I think, some really big EU profile teams to move forward. And that kind of spoils. I have all EU in our top 8. The only way that you see something else happen is if one of those teams gets eliminated. So I am believing more in EU than NA, like usual. At number 8, we've got another NA team, and it's going to be Gen G. Obviously, Gen G, as you guys have all seen, has faltered this split. They won qualifier 5. No, they won qualifier 4 and then have made quarterfinals both times, losing to the likes of teams like OG, so on and so forth. Gen G, to me, I think will perform better at LAN. That is basically where my gut is on this. I would like to say that Gen G, even though they have the ups and downs, and we've seen that even in Major 1, they find ways to win when it matters most on LAN. I think this team, a lot of maturity, really good mental fortitude. Very interested to see what Chrome does as their coach on LAN and what kind of setup he does for them in that regard, so they can come better equipped. But I personally believe that Gen G is a better LAN team than Space Station. And I think that's a fair assessment. The big focus, which is going to be Gen G, has been this entire season, and specifically in Split 2, got to find ways to get First Killer more involved. I think in my general assessment, Gen G is trying to focus on an unselfish playstyle, making sure that it is a full team rotation, everybody's involved. It becomes this 3-headed monster. And while After they got rid of Nolly, Jack kind of regressed and was like, I'm going to play the unselfish role. I'm going to be the setup guy. I'm not going to be the one scoring. And he's done that phenomenally. It has its limitations. And I think by going to that three-headed monster and seeing all of them involved at anybody, basically next man up type of mentality, Gen G will get stronger. The difficulty with that is you've got to break some really long-standing habits with First Killer. First Killer has always been, feed me the rock. I want to be selfish. Give me the ball. I'm going to take care of it. And because that is not the case right now, you are seeing some problems with Gen G. Hopefully with this extra time, they find ways to get that into play and they move forward. Very interested to see how it plays out, but I do think Gen G is a better LAN team. At number 7, I think it's only fair to bump these guys up because of the performances they've had. We got to go with Furia. I really like Furia. I think their offense is incredible to watch. We've seen them out of the gate swinging before. Even Major 1, they did the same thing. My issue with Furia is they still struggle on defense. They overcommit. They are basically an all or nothing team. I would love to see like a Furia versus an OG. A team with a really good defense that absorbs pressure and hits with counterattacks versus a team that is full send on offense. I would love to see what that matchup looks like, but call it what it is. Furia, they do not feel the compromise of being in a unique environment where it's unfamiliar. Like Furia, when they go to LAN, is like, we're gonna play offense, we're gonna tackle it, we're gonna go heads on approach, and that's just how we play. And I think that's what makes them so strong. But against the other teams that can match their pacing, they become very one-dimensional. So I would like to see Furia take more of a active approach in how can we play maybe a little bit more reserved on defense sometimes. Still go for creativity on offense. Don't just solo play from the backfield every single time. Take a solo play and turn that into a pass. Go for a demo instead. Maybe fake challenge. Maybe the first guy plays off ball instead. Like, add some creativity so it's not so templated. But Furia's offense, I think, will carry them very far. Again, they were super close to making top 4 last time. But I think Furia has proven they are a damn good team. I'm excited to watch them compete. Furia is going to be the one I have one of my eyes on mostly coming into the major. At number 6, and these next 3 were pretty much impossible for me, if I'm being honest. What color is this? Hold on. Let me fix it. It's the one to the left. Okay. So, Gentlemates at 6. And a lot of people are like, but Lawler, you always preach about Gentlemates and how good they are. I think Gentlemates is the epitome of a LAN buff. I think with everybody regressing a little bit, you've got a team that has arguably got one of the best players in the world in Itachi, who is incredible for 50-50s, great game sense and IQ, vision of the field, everything like that. But I think people are now used to what Gentlemates specializes in. And while it is a grueling process, I can't confidently pick a team that wins only by 1 goal. Now, if they can prevent goals and continue to do what they do, they will be competitive. They will be very difficult to beat. But I will always believe in controlling the one resource in the game, which is boost and facilitating offense. So I think Gentlemates, maybe some people have kind of figured them out a little bit. While I do think they have regressed a little bit online, I am still going to choose to believe in all 3 of those players who pop off at LAN in most times, continuing to do so. But in counteracting of that, I think the team right in front of them has proven it both offline and online. Historically, Oxygen has 3 players that perform better on LAN. Straight up. Archie always plays better on LAN. He genuinely steps up. Oski, I think, is proven that he can be that guy. And, I mean, shit, is Joyo. Like, the guy freestyles. I remember his backflip flip reset setup against G1, which was, like, stupid. Like, I think Oxygen on LAN is something special and has so much potential. I am very, very excited to watch Oxygen on LAN. Between these 2, I think you can make some shifting back and forth. And I further feel that with all 3 of these. I think there's arguments for all 3 of these adjusting any which way, depending on the day of and stuff like that, which I think is very exciting for all of us as fans. I think all 3 of these teams have the capability to make some upsets, but Vitality, I think, in particular, highs or lows, gets the job done when it matters. Former world champs defending that title still, which congratulations to them. They did make it to semifinals last time at the major. It went to 7. Zen is him and continues to be so. He basically 1v2 G2 in that series and just wasn't enough to get the victory. Again, I think Vitality is always going to be heavy reliant. I think Alpha is going to continue to do what he does, but it is Radosin. Radosin has to have a worldie. He has to be impactful. He has to play off ball. He has to go for creativity. Maybe minimize the own goals, even though when they get an own goal from Radosin, that usually means they win, which is kind of a weird stat. But I think Vitality is a team that I have trust in, and it goes down to the gut feeling. Do I think all three of these have reasons why they could be adjusted? 100%. But I'm going to choose to believe in Vitality, personally. And number 3, one of my favorite teams to watch, if I could click, is Falcons. Down 2. Okay. Falcons has been perfect this season. Outside of international competition, they've been perfect. They ran into the big bad K-Corp and lost in 7. You look at the Major 1 quarterfinals, and I've been saying this for a while. Quarterfinals nowadays at the top tier comes down to how you're playing on the day. And I think all these teams are fully capable. If you make top 8, you are just as likely to go and win the whole event as anybody else. But it comes down to preparation, structure, foundation, your mental, all the things that you do your best to control. Because I think talent-wise, all fully capable. Let's call it what it is. The Twins are cracked. TRK is a freak. They're all so good. Falcons, to my knowledge, is going to be keeping their secrets to themselves. They will not be playing in the deleted XD Battle of the Bootcamp tournament. I think they want to keep things close to their chest. Will that hinder them or will that benefit them? I don't know. Maybe some real competition beforehand might be beneficial, but to my knowledge, they want to keep it. They want to keep it hush. So I think Falcons is that team. I think you can make arguments for them moving up. They've been playing pretty damn good. You know, a lot of people use the argument of, well, G2's only been top 2 every single time, so that means they're the best. I think Falcons, you can say the same thing. It's like Falcons have been absolutely dominant. If they would have beat K-Corp in Game 7, who knows how far they would have went. Would they have beaten Gentlemates? Would they have beaten Gen G, who also went to 7? Like, there's so many what-ifs and possibilities that I think you can make arguments for any of these teams. I really like the Falcons. I would like to see them in the grand finals. Selfishly, as a fan of this esport, I would love to see Falcons in the grand finals. At number 2, and we're going to keep them here for a while until they win the whole shebang, is G2. Most consistent team in the RLCS, objectively. The worst they've performed even in international competition. It's hard to say because they've only played at 1 international competition this year, is second place. Otherwise, they've been first every single time. My argument for why they're not number 1 is G2 is playing in a worse region. No offense to North America, but historically, EU has performed better. I personally believe in the process of EU, the refinement, the seriousness, the cutthroat mentality. I believe in the work ethic, the cultural differences in Europe. Therefore, it's very tough for me to put G2 at number 1. I'm not saying that teams haven't been inconsistent, because let's call it what it is. Vitality, Oxygen, Gentlemates have been on a roller coaster. Straight up. Same with your number 1 team that I'm about to talk about in just a second here. They have seen flaws. But in G2, it's crazy to me that you see all the people harp on K-Corp, but you don't see that same level of pain for Gen G, so on and so forth. If Gen G wasn't to make a main event, let alone top 8, they would be destroyed and torn apart for it. But yet K-Corp people still consider it a top dog team. And by all means, if I had K-Corp in here, I'd probably put them somewhere in this area and drop out probably OG or something and make them honorable mention. But like realistically, I believe in Europe more. That's what it comes down to. And until G2 proves that they are objectively the best team by winning, I have a hard time. Maybe G2 is just planning for the long con and plans to do it at the World Championship. Either way, expectations is if G2 are not in the grand finals, they messed up. It's a lot of pressure on a team. And for the number 1 team, which it's kind of crazy that I say this, I don't know how this team's going to go. I think they have such high peaks, but their lows can get real quick. BDS has started a little bit slow, but has now won back-to-back events in my opinion, the most competitive region. I think Drawley, as a rookie in his first major, performed admirably. All the questions answered. Drawley is going to be that next guy that everybody searches after, that they want to build around, that they want to support. And as long as Exotic shows impact and BDS keeps a level head with Monkey Moon, if you see Monkey Moon do this, you're fucked. The series is over. As soon as he has an exasperated sigh or shows some sort of mental frustration, it's over. And we've seen that historically. Like, the shoulders of BDS are on Monkey Moon. And I think he knows that, and maybe that's why he puts a bunch of additional pressure on himself. But I hope Monkey Moon has the maturity and the fortitude to say, this is a team effort. I have help. I don't have to do it all myself. My teammates are those guys. And they come together. Like, To me, the most telling thing about BDS is there's been times where Monkey Moon hasn't shown that he is the best, but still find ways to win. And as long as they keep getting victories, that's all that matters. So I think the end point in BDS series this past event is a very telltale sign. They didn't look that great, but they found a way to win, and that's all that matters. And it was enough to carry on. BDS has shown me up and downs before, and for them to then continue to show results, I think is everything I need to see. With that in mind, LAN is a different beast. Trying to get back to grand finals to make that push for Worlds. That is the curiosity. And if this ends up happening, unfortunately for Oxygen and things go the way they do, that means Oxygen would be out and K-Corp would be going to the World Championship. So again, that is what I have for my top 10 power rankings. I know these can be shifted. I know there's conversations for each. There's a lot of statements and a lot of analysis I've left out of this because I don't want to keep you guys here for 40 years. But if you do want that information, stop by the stream. We're going to be doing replay analysis and breakdowns over the next couple of weeks, getting you guys all ready and geared up for Major 2 in London. I do not know if I'm going to be in attendance, but hopefully the predictions I have are accurate. Either way, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments down below. If you like the content, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace. I mean, cross-sport challenge applies to a lot of teams. G2 had that issue. Space Station has that issue at times. There is so many teams that have that issue with crossbar where like shots just aren't quite on the mark. But again, this is a game of inches now, chat. Bravo Encore, one take wonder. We do what we can, man. We do what we can. Hot take is Gingy missed out on top A, but that's just you make it. I think there's conversations for both of those, chat. I think the difficulty though is when you're talking 4NA, 4EU, one of those is not going to be able to make it if you have like a Fury and a Falcons making it in. So is it going to be 3NA, 3EU? Is it going to be 4EU, 2NA? What's it going to be? And that comes down to Swiss. Swiss is the one that determines on how that shit goes. And it's going to be cutthroat. Like it is, Swiss is brutal in top 16 international matches, man. It's just so difficult.
My number one news source. Thanks, man.
No, thank you, Unhurt. Appreciate the Prime sub 4 months in a row. Welcome back, dude. Good to have you. Appreciate you being here. Ajax, Germ Warfare. Appreciate the follows, guys. I think Secret and Twisted will knock out Complexity and Any. I think Twisted is almost like guaranteed to. Hold on, I have to check the rankings. I forget what the exact scenario is. So Twisted is only 5 points behind. I would expect Twisted to at least get a win. So they need an additional 5 points from where they're at. So they need 10 total. Ooh, that's actually pretty tough. What do they need? They need a 9 through 11. So if Twisted goes 2-2, if Twisted goes 2-2, then they have a tiebreaker. That's tough, bro. Ooh, that's tough. Between Complexity and Secret, Secret only needs 2 points. So if they get a win, that puts them at 7 points. That guarantees a tiebreaker. So Secret guarantees a tiebreaker with 1 win. You think LG can come back top 4 next season? No. They're going to have to make roster changes if they do. Can Elevate still make Worlds? No. Nope. Gladiators is like Elevate can't get any points. So they're done. Elevate season's over. What's my favorite that I've made? I really liked the Taskmaster video we did, and the heavy car bug one. Those are probably 2 videos I'm most proud of. Hey, Avocado. When would they play the World's Tiebreakers? Probably the week after when they get it back. Okay, Corp make Worlds. That is up to Oxygen. I believe they probably will. Oxygen has to get to the grand finals. It's gonna be tough. Wish there were more major spots, so many teams. I want wildcard. I do miss wildcard a lot. I wouldn't mind a last chance qualifier. I think it'd be dope. Last chance qualifiers for major would be so sick. Saying Genji is better than Vitality on paper is kind of wild because Vitality had better results literally everywhere in recent times. Well, when you're saying a team is better on paper, that means when you're looking at the players as individuals and like statistically as individuals through their body of work, which I think you can make arguments for all 3 of those. But Team Secret top 8, I'm calling it. It would be dope, Gonza. Would be dope. Oxygen needs top 2 to make Worlds. Yes. Yes. Rule think come or new rule next. Siam. What? B, I have no idea what that means. When you say stuff like that, that's when I go, yeah, there's no English as your first language. Or I think you're very young. Krub, I think objectively, yeah, it's tough to argue against that. But at the same time, Genji was 1 game away from beating Mates in quarterfinals at the last major, and they do that, then all of a sudden they're top 4. They're playing either a Falcons or a K-Corp, and who knows how that goes. Which is the exact same results as Vitality. LG out, I hope Mates or Genji win Worlds. I have more faith in other teams, but it'd be cool. It'd be cool to see some mix up. What RLCS rule come back next season or new rule? Huh? What makes me hesitate with the Genji is they went round 5 Swiss. So did G2. So did G2. Round 5 Swiss chat. G2, Vitality, Genji. And both G2 and Vitality made top 4. And played each other. Best anime spring 2024. Ooh. Kaiju number 8's been pretty good. Spring. Let me pull Mal. Let me see what they have as official seasonal anime. Hold up. Spring season, Konosuba, Demon Slayer, Mushoku Tensei, Reincarnated as a Slime, Kaiju. When does Boku no starts today, right? Right? Doesn't season 7 of Boku no start today? Windbreaker. It's on episode 4 already? Where is it airing on? Where's My Hero airing on? Is it Crunchyroll or is it somewhere else? Is Crunchyroll? Shit, I just haven't watched it. Oops. We've all watched that tonight during dinner. People still watch My Hero. The end of last season was pretty good. No, I don't want the game. I want the show. Not the OVA. Ain't nobody want that. All right, we'll have that start playing, and then we'll save it for later. It's on episode 5 now. Nice. Yeah, it started on May 4th. Damn, it's been a month already. Jesus, on me. First couple episodes are a little slow. Yeah, zero surprise. I think out of everything, Konosuba is always fucking hilarious. It just depends on what you're into, but Konosuba's been really good. Kaiju number 8's been pretty good. Windbreaker's been alright. I still need to watch Spice and Wolf too.
Folks, here in the Midwest,
I haven't watched Spice and Wolf yet. What 2 rule do you think come back next season or now rule guy? What? B, that is still not a real sentence. This is what I'm talking about. I've heard Spice and Wolf is great. I've heard it's really good. It is. It is not a sentence, B. Do you have a favorite anime? Yeah, Fully Cooley. Fully Cooley is my number 1. Juxies, appreciate the follow. How you doing? Let me highlight that clip and get that exported right away. Oop. Oop. Yeah, Fully Cooley is number 1. That's just nostalgia. I like the Monogatari series a lot. Haikyuu's really good. What rule do I think comes back next season or a new rule? I mean, the rules are going to stay the same. The rules will be identical. You have to be at least 13. You have to compete in a certain region. I think if there's any rule that's going to change, it's going to probably be like where people are based having to change. I'm calling your bluff, buddy. English can't be your first language or you're extremely young. And most people wouldn't ask about rules, they'd ask about format. You gotta be young, dude. If I had to guess. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. Finished Jujutsu Kaisen. What should be next? What are you in the mood for? Chat, do we play Rocket League or do we play Apex? I never have a fucking idea. I have no idea, dude. Do you think we'll ever get 24 major spots? Probably not. I would say 20 potentially. Chat, Rocket League or Apex? What do you think? And Josh, if there's a certain genre you're looking for, I can steer you. I feel like they'll add a region lock. I would hope so. Apex League. People keep saying Demon Slayer. Have you watched Kimetsu no Yaiba? If you like shonens, and like shonens are very generic storylines, lack of depth characters, main character gets beat up, gets stronger, beat up, stronger, so on and so forth. If you like shows like Jujutsu Kaisen, I can give you a laundry list. Shonens are very easy. Favorite movie? Good Will Hunting, Tommy Boy, Kung Pao Enter the Fist. Yeah, Doge is hot. Doge alternates between chair and floor. RLCS on the heavy decline. I wouldn't say it's on a decline. I think it's kind of plateauing right now. Good Will Hunting, nice. Yeah, classic. Absolute classic. I miss Robin Williams. I had this conversation with my girlfriend the other day. Is like, what would movies look like if Robin Williams was still alive and acting in them? And like, what kind of roles he'd be doing? And I just... A really old Robin Williams, like a really old, wise Robin Williams in some roles, I'm just like... I'm sad. Less shonen, more like Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen is like quintessential shonen, though. Jujutsu Kaisen is like the epitome of shonen. But Brandon, I don't necessarily think RLCS is on the decline. It's just in a refinement process right now. Yeah, I miss Robin Williams. What Dreams May Come is a fantastic movie. One of my favorite of his. Him going into hell to rescue his wife who committed suicide after he died in a car accident. That movie tears at my heart, bro. A slightly edgier shonen. Okay. Check out Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho's funny as fuck. Good story. Go watch Mob Psycho. Mob Psycho 100. They have songs. Too many good songs out there to name favorites. Need 2 wildcard back. Yeah, I would like wildcard. Gonza, if you haven't watched my video of is this the best RLCS format, check it out. I talk about wildcard and last chance qualifiers. B, why are you asking me generic shit? B, I swear you're a bot or some shit. I don't know, dude. Like, are you AI, B? Is that what's happening? Also, chat, you guys didn't give me any answers about if I should play Rocket League or if I should play Apex. All you guys did was like ask me about anime. Which is fine. Four for 5 for Rocket League. Alright. But yeah. What dreams might come is a fantastic seek up, and not a lot of people know that. That's what an AI would say. Something random. I don't play Apex that much. You should. It's great. I haven't played Apex in a really long time, but a buddy of mine, mutual friend, got me to play yesterday. Why think robot? Because you just said why think robot. Apex is decent, but came with the cost new Titanfall. Yeah, Titanfall was hype shit, dude. Yeah, Overtime, appreciate it, man. Hopefully we see you again soon, man. Some Crockets. Getting kicked out of work because they're locking up. Can't sit on the clock anymore. Take it easy. Sounds good, Arch. I'm a God fan. Oh shit. My people. Oh, if we would have hit that, that'd have been sick. That guy's rotating back, so we gotta cut it in. We're forcing it for our teammate back. Favorite genre of music? Metal. I'm gonna ask this guy a question about letting me out here in just a sec. Oh, they whiffed. Power ranking already happened. Yeah, Nevon. They'll be out tomorrow. Ditch. All right. Woo. What is with this guy's rotations? Why would you dunk this at our own net, dude? Dad voice? No. Why would you go back? I remember why I don't play threes, chat. You flip as much as I do? In what sense? Thought he was gonna hit it. Ooh. Neutrals it the wrong way. I hate this. Chad, remember why I don't play threes. I don't have any boost to go for it, so here we are. Um, 6'3", 175. So if you know the equation, you told me. Wait, what? Oh, for BMI? Yeah. I was like, that's for BMI. Threes is Rob solo queue. Yeah, you've got two teammates who do that. Double it? You're the GOAT? Nope, I'm dead. Should be a free goal. Yay, we did it. Still plenty of time. Okay, you're supposed to go back right, and now you're out of position. Free shot? Nope. Inch it back mid. Free. Nice. Glad he turned back on that. Surprised he got that passed, but he's lucky he had his teammate kind of double back on that. Chow. Just pinches in. Yikes. Hey. What's up with somebody who's gonna be there? Rip. Ugh. Shallot, shallot. He's left solo. That's a goal. Woo! And thank you. I'm glad I'm getting boosted up by my own teammate. What rank am I? GC. Nothing crazy. Ah, shit. I'm done playing 2 or 3s solo. I gotta remember never to play 3 solo. No matter the situation, it's not worth it. Cheers to night, you do, man. Is this GC? That last game was not. No, not even fucking close. This game is. I thought he was going to be there closer to take a shot, so I tried to just lay it for him. He's low boost. Ah, shit. He missed. Fixed. Was such a bad neutral. Nice, good show. Uh-oh. Drinking enough water today? Yes, sir. What's up, Sling? How you doing? I'm in danger. Rip. Will there be a Minecraft map in Rocket League? There already is one. Peak champ 1 and never got to regain. I give it time, dude. He's not rotating downfield. Rip. He's a low boost. Whew. That could have been dangerous. Straight down, free shot. Nope. Cool. There is? Yeah. Yeah, Lethmere made one like 3 or 4 years ago. I was there for sure? Hell yeah, Slink. Good to hear, man. Shit. Easy. Little demo on rotation. Nothing crazy. I want to control that, but I needed that boost. Full ego chow and try to doink this. Oh shit. That's dangerous. Go out. Yeah. No. I'm in danger. Oh, get it out. I have no boost, so let me take. I put it too high on me. He got the boost. Oh, I just whiffed. Whoopsie. Free goal if you can catch to it. Yes, sir. Pico's Champ 3. Haven't been close since free to play. I mean, it takes time to get back there. Getting GC is something that for a lot of people has proven very, very difficult because they've made adjustments to the ranks and kind of helped with the inflation of things again. So I think people kind of got used to that overinflated rank that used to be, and things have kind of balanced themselves back out, which I think is great. That wasn't open net. Right. He's got to get mid boost. We should be fine. Especially if he turns in chows. Jesus. I shouldn't go for this, but we'll take it. He's just got to win it. Nice 50. Attaboy. Yeah, I think for a lot of people ranked, especially GC, like GC is a really rough spot because that's where most people are smurfing. Most people are, you know, employing some sort of smurf or something to give them that title. Dude, why am I hiccuping so bad right now? What is going on? I'm dropping like 50 frames at a time. What is going on with my game? Everything's fine over there. Let me reboot the game. But we got a W. Yeah, I think a lot of people just have a hard time ranking up. It's about playing consistent, minimizing mistakes, all that kind of nonsense. Which, easier said than done. Actually, chat, we're probably going to call it there. My computer is, like, dying right now. I'm stuck. GC3 can't peak, break into RSSL for some reason since Season 3 free to play. I mean, for a lot of people, Ethan, I think it's just that difficulty of taking that next step does take a certain level of consistency. Like, if you're hitting GC3, clearly you know how to play the game for the most part. You know, pros may disagree, but, you know, making sure you're not throwing possession, making sure you're playing intelligently, making sure, you know, you're minimizing mistakes and stuff. I'm sure there would be a bunch of little things that help, but a lot of it is just consistency or having someone else to really go through the trenches with you. What's up, him? How you doing, man? How's your day going? Welcome to the stream, man. It's through Baka's mod bears. Privilege stuff? Yeah, we chilling, man. Rebooted our game because we're getting frame dips after that win. I think Rocket League has just a really bad memory leak, if I'm being honest. If you're playing Rocket League, like even this, like I'm getting frame dips in between. Like, just what the fuck's going on? But you know what, little things is what I'm struggling with. I mean, Ethan, if you come over to the Twitch channel and you drop a big boy sub or a dono, I will do a replay analysis for you. How does that sound? When will I be live again? Probably Thursday. Unlucky. Yeah, I'm getting mad frame dips. What the hell's going on? Like, I'm getting serious hiccups. It's very annoying. My game will randomly drop by like 50 frames. There's another one. Wait for the touch. Good. Yeah, I'm getting frame dips like crazy. What the fuck is going on? Rocket League. Game? Hello? What the fuck? Thing. There it is again. What's going on? This game, I just restarted my game and now it's worse. Even with the restart, dude, what the fuck is happening? I just restarted Rocket League 2. Game's so dog shit sometimes. It's a ping thing, even though I don't have any ping issues. Like that. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that. Those like double frame dips that are just abysmal. Open. They just bumped into each other. Oh, we didn't get a goal. That sucks. It's anytime I get close to another player, it happens. There it is again. I flicked it too hard. I'm so sorry. My ping is just going up randomly. Like the server that reads like... The server, when it reads like, hey, the interactivity between two players is like, bleh, and then it explodes. Shit. Oh, I can't believe I got that. Hell yeah. No, I had it. And he's gone. That's actually really good for us if he wins it. I missed the boost. That sucks. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Rocket League. I just rebooted my game and it's the same issue. I don't know if it's like the new driver update that I have or what's going on, but yeah, that was fucking rough. Let's see what happens in free play. Yeah, it's in free play too. It might be a driver issue. Because I just installed new drivers. Yeah, there it is, like crazy. Jesus Christ, dude. Alright, chat, it's not Rocket League. Not playing Rocket League, sorry. Welp. We tried. We won. That's cool. We won all of our games except for the threes. Which, like, threes is poo-poo. previous driver I had to use CC cleaner and reinstall the driver, and it was the same for D4. God, that sucks. All right, chat. Well, I'm gonna go restart my PC and take care of stuff, and go edit a video and get that ready for you guys tomorrow. I have meetings tomorrow. I don't know if we'll be streaming. I've got some pretty big meetings tomorrow that I've got to take care of, so tomorrow might be a me day to play catch up and take care of all that before we get into the weekend and stuff. But gearing up. We're gearing up for the major. Appreciate y'all coming and hanging. Thanks for being part of the stream. We will catch you all next time. As always, if you guys enjoy the content, hit up socials, join the Discord, go support. What's the 2's MMR record? Like 16, 1700, something like that. I don't know. I'm out of your chat. Later. But yeah, see, Karma, we've been like, we play like 18, 1900 matches and usually hold our own. GRK is 2740. Jesus fucking Christ. That's insane. All right, I'm out of here. Later.
Necessary is what you promised me. All I can do is to follow the tears. Deep down the hollow is what you promised me. All I can do is to follow. Sad necessary is what you promised me. All I can do is to follow the tears. Deep down the hollow is what you promised me. All I can do is to follow. Mirror, mirror, who said happiest? Is it the lover or is it the beloved? And mirror, mirror, can I blame you for this? And heartbreakers came around. You shot my heart like a